I found the cassette tape while clearing out my childhood home. It was wedged behind a dresser drawer, wrapped in a grocery bag, the plastic yellowed with age. The label was written in faded ink. For when you're old enough. No name, no date. Both my parents had passed away within a year of each other. Cancer took my father quickly. My mother faded slowly. Memory first, then words, then recognition. By the end, she looked at me like I was a polite stranger. I never asked her about the tape. I didn't know it existed. The house was quiet when I played it. The kind of quiet that makes you aware of your own breathing. The tape hissed, clicked. Then a woman's voice filled the room. It was my mother, but younger, clearer, strong. "If you're listening to this," she said, "then I didn't protect you the way I wanted to." My hands started shaking. She spoke carefully, like every word had been rehearsed. She talked about the year before I was born, about a man named Robert, about promises made in whispered conversations and broken in public silence. Robert was not my father. He was the man who loved her when she was pregnant and alone. The man who wanted to raise me as his own. The man who begged her to tell me the truth when I was old enough. She said she was afraid. Afraid that truth would confuse me. Afraid I would leave. Afraid that love with conditions was safer than honesty. So she married someone else. A good man. A kind man. A man who never knew the truth. The tape stopped. I sat there for a long time, staring at the wall, realizing my entire life had been built on a version of events chosen out of fear. There was a second tape. This one was labeled with an address. I drove there the next day. The house was small, quiet, familiar in a way I couldn't explain. A man answered the door. Older, slower. But his eyes were unmistakable. He didn't ask who I was. He just said, "I wondered when you'd hear her voice." Inside, his living room was filled with recordings. Letters, calendars with dates circled every year on my birthday. He never tried to interfere, never tried to reach me. She asked me not to, he said, and I loved her enough to listen. We sat there in silence, two people connected by a truth delayed too long. Before I left, he handed me one last tape. "I made this for you," he said, "just in case." That night, I listened. And for the first time in my life, I heard a version of love that wasn't afraid. Some truths don't destroy families. They explain them.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.